It is remarkable the way this bill cuts across social, economic, and geographical lines.
It'll mean as much to my constituents as to yours.
No question about it. It's a fine bill.
And it's no question about it. When two congressmen get together, all they ever talk about is Congress.
That's right. Let's talk about girls.
Uh-oh, there goes Bachelor Buckman.
Delicious. Well, when you live in a city with 5 girls to every man, I think it's a patriotic duty to bring a little happiness into as many lives as you can.
Half the broken hearts in Washington can be laid at your doorstep. When are you going to settle down?
That sounds suspiciously like a pitch. Look, this bridge game's not merely a subterfuge to introduce me to another eligible young thing, is it?
No, not at all.
Because I'll tell you the truth, the last thing I'm looking for is a new girlfriend.
I can assure you we are interested in playing bridge, not in a demonstration of the Buckman technique.
Good, because when I play bridge, I play bridge. But I play hearts, that's a different story. But one thing I hate is people doing the choosing for me. I mean, you say, how does she look? And they say, well, she has a fine mind and a wonderful sense of humor.
Well, that is true.
Do you know how girls look who have a fine mind and a wonderful sense of humor? They look as though they just read great books of the century at one sitting.
Well, you'll see. Hello.
Hello. Sorry I'm late. Just came from the library.
Library? Trying to improve my mind. How is your sense of humor?
What's that all about?
Never mind. Grace, Phil Buckman. Grace Morgan. She just came from the library.
Hello.
Well, how do you do?
Grace Morgan.
Phil Buckman.
Katie Holstrom.
Glen Morley.
What have we done?
Oh, Katie, it's all so marvelous. And yet so terrible.
Just one. What's terrible?
Well, he's such a bachelor. Well, how will I ever get him to propose?
You want to get married?
Well, of course I do. You think I'm out of my mind?
Why not let nature take its course?
Because in a town where there's 5 women to every man, nature's not exactly on my side.
Phil, have you been paying any attention to me at all?
No, Glenn, I haven't. My every thought is on Grace. Full girl, isn't she?
Your every thought is somewhere else, that is for sure.
Well, I tell you, I'm so shook up, I don't know what I'm doing these days. Grace has me so that I can't keep my mind on business anymore.
All I know is we have an awful lot of work to do. And I need your help, which I don't seem to be getting.
Of course not. How can you ask anyone so completely smitten to concentrate on it?
Hi, Gail.
Anything but,
Hi.
you know, whatever it is I was talking
Well,
about.
you certainly don't look like a man who's in love to me.
But I am, I really am. It's just that I don't know what to do. I mean, I don't want to lose her, but on the other hand, there's something about freedom I find irresistible.
Do something. One way or the other, but do something.
Yeah, but what?
Get married.
Married? What kind of thing is that to say to an old friend?
All right, then, don't get married. Such hysteria. I don't see why they can't decide whether to get married or not and act accordingly.
Well, I think Grace has decided, but she does not know how to act accordingly.
But at least she's not walking around in a fog like Phil.
Oh, she's not walking at all. She's flat on her back with cold compress over her eyes.
I'll get it settled soon. I need Phil's help, and I am not getting it.
Grace is calling me every 5 minutes on the telephone, and tomorrow I'm going over to her apartment to cook dinner.
You're going to cook her dinner. I'm doing his work. When will it all end? Why doesn't she do her own cooking?
For the best possible reason. She does not even know how to boil water.
Why don't they eat out?
Oh, you don't understand. This has nothing to do with eating.
No? Then what does dinner have to do with?
With proposing.
I see. He finds out she's a wonderful cook in addition to everything else, and that clinches it.
Yeah?
And then the world can settle back to normal again?
Yeah.
Let me be the first to volunteer. What can I do to help?
The roses are lovely.
We can't overlook anything that might help. How's dinner?
Oh. Cooked to within 15 minutes of perfection. Now, she ought to be able to turn on the stove for 15 minutes.
There. That takes care of that.
Oh, I'm so nervous.
Here. How's it?
Good. Oh, I hope our plan works.
Oh, it will.
Well, what do you think he'll say when he finds out?
Well, nothing. No congressman wants to be sued for breach of promise. Now, how much time we got?
Oh, I think they'll be here in half an hour.
Good, good. I want to get the hi-fi started.
Oh, I'll set the tape.
You know, as I told Phil, they are so close to the edge that if they just get into a phone booth together, they couldn't help but come out engaged.
That's a very funny idea.
Let's see, they'll be here at 6:30. They better have a full hour of small seat cocktail music. Then I'll give them half an hour for the coffee and brandy type music. And that brings us right up to Tchaikovsky's Piano Concerto.
Oh, have you allowed for the second cup of coffee?
Okay. Then they come back to the couch, and I hit them with the bolero. Romeo and Juliet. The ritual fire dance. Well, if they're not engaged after that, I just give up. Now, let's check the lights, huh?
You're very thorough.
Lighting is very important. Well, let's see, the focal area will be right on the coffee table there by this sofa, you see?
You seem to have had a lot of experience with this sort of thing.
It's just like anything else. It's a matter of practice, that's all there is to that. There. Now, this is really a very cute little place she's got here. But where did she get these pillows? They don't go with anything.
They go with his eyes.
Hi. Surprise.
Surprise.
We thought that we'd...
surprise.
Surprise, huh? You can get 3 years for housebreaking. Well, she told me all about you little Cupid's helpers.
Come on. Tell them the good news.
Well, you just happened to be looking at a couple about to be married.
No kidding. Oh, that is marvelous. Congratulations to both of you.
But how did it
Well,
happen?
it was really very simple. You see, Grace had to make a phone call. She went into the booth and put her money in, but couldn't get the operator.
And Phil came into the booth to help, and before we could get a dial tone, we were engaged.
And to top it off, when we hung up, we got our money back.
Oh.
We have a nickel for each of you.
And we want you to have them.
And we sincerely hope they bring you as much happiness as they brought us.
Yeah, well, there's no use letting the music go to waste. And I just happen to know where I can lay my hands on a pitcher of very good martini. They're missing.
Oh,
The rest of the world.
everybody should be married. It's marvelous.
Mm-hmm. Do you know who I feel most sorry for? Glen and Katy.
Yes, isn't that a shame?
They could be the second happiest couple on earth. You know, we ought to help them get married, too. We owe it to them.
I'm willing, but how?
You know, by getting them together, by making them...
Oh, yes, sure.
Well, wait a minute. Suppose we tell Glen that Katie's in the hospital.
Oh, I love it already.
No, wait a minute. And then you tell Katie that Glen told me Wait a minute, that won't work.
I sensed it.
All right. Suppose we get the two kids to pretend to run away, see? And Glenn thinking they're with Katy. And Katy... Aren't you going to interrupt me?
No, it sounds good.
It's terrible. Wait a minute. Suppose we tell Glenn we've got a girl we want him to meet.
Oh, fine. Katie will just love me for that.
And then you tell Katy we've got a man we want her to meet.
And what happens after they meet each other for the 474th time?
It won't be for the 474th time. It'll be different.
And why will it be different?
Because the setting will be different, a different perspective. They'll see each other as if they're meeting for the first time.
You think it'll do any good?
If they agree to come, it'll mean we've shaken them up a little. In all modesty, it's a great idea.
Are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sweetheart, that's one question you never ask a congressman. What is it? A simple dinner invitation.
It is not a simple dinner invitation.
Why? Just because we invite a girl that we'd both like you to meet?
What about Katy?
What about her?
Well, I feel a certain obligation.
Are you engaged?
Well, I'm very fond of her.
I'm sure you mean well, Grace, but I do not want to meet a new man.
I imagine you ladies would prefer if I came back later.
Yes, but this one's dreamy. Oh, you'll adore him. I will not adore him because I will not go. After all, how good-looking can he be?
All right. Even if she is as beautiful as you say she is, that doesn't mean that I should be disloyal to Katy.
Katy. How long have you known her? What's happened in all that time?
Well, what are you getting at?
Simply that you're making a big thing out of loyalty to Katy. Your fondness for her. And maybe you're right. But maybe you're kidding yourself and she's not for you. When was the last time you were out with another girl?
Well,
Well, I think it's time you put it to the test. You may be doing Katy a favor as well as yourself.
You may be right. But the answer is no. Absolutely no.
No. The answer is still no. Hello.
You going out to dinner?
Yeah, I think so. You?
Well, I don't know. I may go to the club for dinner. You're all dressed up.
Oh, not especially. I thought I might spend the evening with a girlfriend. You're all dressed up.
Oh, no. Well, as a matter of fact, I may spend the evening with a friend, too. Of course, I could stay home, since you've made other plans.
Well, I think I will go to my friend's.
Oh, all right. Would you like me to drop you?
No, thank you. I will take a cab.
I'd be glad to. It's no trouble.
I've already called a cab.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll be seeing you.
You too. Have a nice time.
Oh, I don't know what I'm doing here.
Oh, relax. This isn't exactly your first blind date, is it?
Well, it's my first in a pretty long time.
How's it going, darling?
We're just fine. I'm making the same thing we had the night we got engaged. It all tastes so wonderful. And Katie taught me how to prepare it.
Maybe I'm being awfully square, but don't you feel just the least bit disloyal to Katie? I mean, she is your best friend.
Now, Glenn, if I thought you and Katie were right for each other, why do you think that I'd introduce you to somebody new?
Oh. No.
Steady.
Jag är alldeles förtvivlad. Jag blir så rädd. Jag vet inte vad jag ska göra. Oh, I mean, good evening. Hello. I'm scared.
Gorgeous.
I don't feel gorgeous. Oh, I think I better go home.
Kate, we went all through this yesterday. Now, there's no reason why you shouldn't be here.
No, except I don't want to meet anybody new.
Believe me, this situation needs what you need is to see and be seen in a new perspective. Now, come along. A new perspective.
Well, I just happen to have a batch of cocktails ready.
And I better check dinner.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Holstrom.
How do you do, Mr. Morley?
I didn't expect my dinner companion to be quite this attractive.
No? What did you expect?
Well, I don't know, really. Perhaps someone with a fine mind and a wonderful sense of humor. I'm glad it turned out to be you.
Thank you.
It is good to have a shock once in a while.
Oh, I suppose it helps with a new perspective.
And you are a charming, delightful surprise. It's gonna work. Katie?
So this is the way you go to have dinner at your club?
Well, I didn't exactly say I was going.
You certainly gave the impression that you were.
No, I said I might be having dinner at the club.
But the way you said it, anyone would think that...
No, anyone wouldn't necessarily think. Besides, why should I be on the defensive?
Well, I do not find it flattering that you come here to meet another girl.
You came?
That is different. You did say you were going to the club.
I said I might. What about you? Spending the evening with a girlfriend.
Grace is my girlfriend, and you came here to find a girlfriend.
Oh, well, really now. No matter what you say, you came here of your own free will just as much as...
Nifty idea you had there, sweetheart.
Don't give out. It's gonna be all right.
Oh, sure, you mean they won't actually strike each other?
No matter what I did, you should not have come.
I don't approve of a double standard for women.
No, but you approve of it for men.
I didn't say that.
You don't have to. I do not like your attitude, and I do not like to be tricked.
So your scheme was surefire to bring them together, was it?
Tell you, it's not my fault.
You don't think I had anything to do with this, do you?
How much they...
I got stuck too, you know.
I came here for new perspective, and I have found it. Now I can go. Good night, Miss Mooney.
For a fact, I wasn't fighting
And
either.
here's the nickel I was given. Make her walk home with another girl.
There they are. Look at that.
I told you they would be. They eat here every Wednesday.
Well, I don't see why I have to change our eating habits just because of them.
Of course not.
I'm better off without her.
And I'm a lot better off without her.
Heck with them. They're just a pain in the neck.
Yeah, they certainly are.
How do you think we can get them back?
Could I ever trust a man like that? Well, he didn't even like my cooking. Oh, cooking. Oh, I suppose we have to order.
Oh, no. Mrs. Buckman, there's a telephone call for you in his office.
Oh, thank you. That boss of mine could track me down anywhere. I'll be right back, I hope. Wait. Hello? Hello?
Miss Holstrom, there's a telephone call for you in his office.
Oh.
Right in there, Miss Holston.
Hello? 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 Hello?
You having trouble with your toll call, lady? I happen to have a couple of nickels. In fact, one of them is yours, I think.
I'm through. You may have the phone.
I don't want the phone. I want to apologize. I'm sorry for some of those things I said when I was in the throes of that new perspective.
Well, I'm sorry, too.
Good. No hard feelings?
No.
Well, then I'd also like to make a proposal.
Yeah.
I think we ought to forget about everything that's happened so far.
Yeah, all right.
And make a brand new beginning.
You mean start all over?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it does not sound like progress to me.
I think you'll find that it really is.
But in what...